And hello. Hey, Amber, how's it going?
I am great. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm super excited. We are here for another week and got such a great show planned. I'm so excited.
I can't wait. It's gonna be a ball.
Um, it is. You've had a good couple weeks?
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah. All right. Let's see who is in the chat with us today.
We got Rygon. Hi. Dave Orkin.
Hey, Dave.
Ben Johnson.
Hey, Ben.
Andy.
Hey, Andy.
Jonathan.
Hey, Jonathan.
We've got Jimmy.
Hey, Jimmy.
Kempool.
Hey, Ken.
We have Curtis Ackerman himself.
Hello, Curtis.
Raylan.
Hey, Raylan.
Schmerber. Let's
Hey,
see.
hey.
Lynn.
Hey, Stacy.
Gluten-free style.
Hey, glad you joined us.
Len LaGuardia.
Hey, Lynn.
Jordan.
Hey, Jordan.
And Kevin McCoy. We've
Hey,
got
honey.
Edgardo.
Hey, Edgardo.
Mark R.
Hey, Mark.
And G.
Hey, G. welcome.
Wait,
Welcome.
Hold on.
Oh, ooh.
I just don't want to miss anyone. We have Mythic Dolphin.
Hey,
And
Mythic Legion's mom here. Oh, we're so happy to have you.
Yes.
Hey, Drew, welcome. David,
And Brian.
We are so excited that you guys have joined us today. We are super excited for the new. Did you see we had 3 or 4 new people that have not watched us live before? That is so exciting.
Yes.
Okay, so I have something that I want to show. Here in North Carolina, we have a group called North Carolina Underground Toy Swap. They are really cool. They set up with toy shops around, and you can go in and set up a table and sell your stuff, but it's not like, well, some stores take stuff to the toy swaps, but it's just like people taking their stuff to the toy swaps. And you can get really good deals. You can find things that are a lot harder to find, and it's just a really good time. And we went this past weekend. They had one here in our hometown, and so we went and we had such a great time at this toy swap. But there were so many mythics there. And believe it or not, as I am walking around and looking at things and looking at the mythics and stuff, ran into somebody who recognized me from here that I don't even know. And I was like, hey, how are you? And we got into a great conversation about mythics, and he's fairly new to the line. So, but it was a really good conversation. But then I ran into my buddy, and he is online tonight. And Jimmy, hey, so excited to see you. And I found the cutest well, it is cute to me, but it is cool, it is neat, it is something that he did. He makes dios, and this is just the one I bought. He has a bunch more online. He is in the Cabal, so if you guys want to go check out, look for Jimmy. I'm gonna pick that up, Jimmy. It did not break. I'm sorry. But it's just a really neat dio. Isn't that cool?
I just can't get over how great it is.
I know. It is so good. Jimmy, you did so good. I love it so much. And I wanted to show it to you guys so I don't have it set up and have things in it or anything. Hang on, let me get Jimmy. See, the ladder is really good. But Jimmy does great dios. He had a couple that, and a lot of the dios that he makes are for DTOF, so they fit directly in there. And he had a couple really cool throne scenes. He has all kinds of different things. But Jimmy does great work. He is in the Cabal, so you guys go see him. Just really excited and wanted to show you guys what I got. Thank you, Jimmy. All right. One other thing that we are super excited to announce today is we have a sponsor. And that sponsor, hang on, is Immortal Collections. And we want to thank Jenny and Carlo and Tristan for your sponsorship. That was super, super sweet of you. We are truly blessed and thankful that you guys are sponsoring us. You can find Immortal Collection on Facebook and YouTube, and they are going to provide us with some really cool giveaways that we are going to have. So I'm super excited to work with them and have some great things to show you guys. But thank you to Jenny, Carlo, and Tristan. We truly appreciate you.
True.
All right, let's bring up our guests now. Ta-da! We have Darla and Curtis Ackerman. Hey, guys!
Hi, guys.
How's it going?
Hi.
We are so excited to have you guys on. Darla, you and I met this past year at Legions Con. Is that right?
That's correct.
Awesome. And is this the first one that you were at?
Yes. Curtis went last year by himself, and then I came to 2023 with him.
Awesome.
And Jacob, our son.
Oh, that's cool. Yay. So it was just a family getaway.
Yep.
Yeah.
The best family getaway.
That's the best family getaway. That's right. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that later. Wanted to first talk about something that you sent to me, and I went on your Facebook page and saw, and I was flabbergasted. So, Darla, you are an artist.
Ah, that's Curtis's favorite. That's his man crush.
That's everyone's man.
Makes sense to me. But yeah, like, where did the love of art come from? Have you drawn since you were basically born in order to be this guy? I mean, what?
I don't know. I just always liked drawing, and I like the black and white. I don't know where it came from.
So, like,
it.
did you draw in, like, as a kid? Is it just something that, okay, so you've literally drawn all your whole life?
Yeah.
Okay. And what, like, prompted you to, like, take these pictures of some of these people and draw them?
Actually, just like looking through magazines, I'll see a picture and go, oh, that's a cool picture. And then rip it out and draw it. But wow. I forget to get the photographers' names. So
now, this one that was on your Facebook page, you said that this was a commission. So, like, did you do commissions very often? Is that something that?
No, I think there's 2 that I did.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
So, and what did you do with your art after you drew these? Like, do you still have them?
I have them. They're all in a portfolio. That one was done for a motorcycle club in California, and they actually made a patch out of it And so you might see those if you're in California, motorcycle guys.
Oh, that's so cool.
That is awesome.
These are
Some
so
of
pretty.
these, I mean, I'm just flabbergasted. So, but you didn't do art do you do art as a job, as a vocation?
Oh no, it's just a hobby. I mean, if you look at the dates, I do maybe one of those a year, or like, I think one of the first ones was 2010 or something. So I don't do it very often.
Wow. Well, I am just amazed at your art. When you sent me the pictures and I was going through them, and then went onto your Facebook page and saw how many amazing photos that you had of your art. It is beautiful.
Thank you.
Now, you did have this, I think this is the only color one that I pulled, but you
Yeah,
did
that's
have a
good.
couple that you painted.
Yeah, the eyeball, I think I did, but I was following a tutorial on, I forget, somebody posted it and I just followed their tutorial. So that was kind of a copy.
Gotcha. It is just beautiful.
Wow. It's like a
Right? I mean, it looks like a photo.
yeah.
Like your eye and how it sees the pictures that you draw. I mean,
I could never.
I know. I mean, that looks like a
Really
picture,
don't
right?
see
It's
it.
not just me. Looks like a picture.
Right.
So you do these just because you are enjoying it, you want to draw, you want to be creative.
Yeah, I actually don't like the commissions because it wasn't my idea to draw it. So I would imagine that some customizers might feel that way as well. You know,
Yeah.
it's like if you do something you love and then people can appreciate it, and I don't know.
Yeah, I'm the same way with my customs. We're very similar in that aspect that like I don't like doing commissions. I like doing the things that I want to do. And then if I choose to sell it and somebody wants it, great. But I don't like, having to feel like I've got to do something to meet somebody's expectations. So, the art stuff for both of us really is kind of a hobby and a way to relieve stress. And when you start, adding money and commissions and expectations to it, it doesn't relieve stress anymore. It adds stress. So
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Time limits are not good.
yeah.
Right. Well, yeah, and I can see that. I can absolutely see that. So
Do you
it's
have
not
like a favorite piece that you've drawn?
Probably the Heath Ledger one, because I did that one after he had passed. And it just, I don't know why, but for some reason that whole story just made me sad. So
Yeah.
I like that picture, the way it turned out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, your work is just, I mean, I sit here and look and literally I'm sitting here looking at it going, how in the world can your eye see that? Because I just don't see it when when I'm looking at something. Like I don't see it, I guess, with an artist eye.
That's how I feel when I look at all the customs that people make, because I am not a customizer at all. And it's like, how they even think of these things is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the fact that you can take a picture of something and turn it into a work of art that looks like a photograph is, I mean, that's
I've
something
never
special.
really sold any of them because I'm not sure of the copyright when you copy someone's photograph, and so I just kept them all.
I gotcha. Yeah, I don't blame you there. but yes, they are beautiful. I'm so excited that you shared those with us, and just a whole new appreciation of Darla and who she is and what she has done is just amazing. So let's talk about how you and Curtis met.
You want to? You want to take it?
You take it.
So we met playing World of Warcraft online. Yeah, I was on the Horde side. She was on the Alliance. And at one point, I had some friends that were playing on the Alliance side, and they convinced me to come over there. And when I went over there, I actually met Jacob and Sean, which are her kids first. And I ended up running that guild. I was the guild leader and the raid leader. And they introduced me to their mom. And, so we played together for many years and had just a really good friendship, long distance. I've typically lived in the Midwest for a while there. I lived in Iowa, Illinois, Missouri most of my life. And she lived in California. So, way far apart. And then, we were probably friends for 6-7 years,
Long time.
something like that. And then, her marriage came to an end, her first marriage, mine came to an end. And after a while we said, hey, why don't you come out here and visit and let's see if we've got more than a friendly connection. And we hit it off really well. And, after a while she decided to move out here and that was it. So.
Okay. So let's go back to World of Warcraft.
Mhm.
So how often did you guys play?
It was a
A
lot.
lot?
I didn't. My
Yeah.
kids did.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
played
okay.
once a week. We did a raid.
Yeah, we did a raid on Friday nights and Saturday nights. But then there was also stuff like, that game is very addicting. Like it can be very time consuming. So there's certain things that you've got to do every single day, like certain quests and stuff, and you got to build up reputation and all this kind of thing. So it can become very consuming. So, but yeah, we were raiding at least 2 days a week.
Gotcha. And do you still play to this day?
I will play every now and then. She plays all the time.
Oh. Go Darla. So what is your character on World of War? What type of character do you have on World of Warcraft?
My favorite one is the priest.
Oh, how cool.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Draenei priest.
Oh,
But
how
I don't
fun.
raid anymore. I don't like playing a game where you have to be at your computer for 5 hours. I want to be able to stop and get up whenever I want. So I kind of just putter. I don't play seriously.
The game over the years has kind of lost quite a few subscribers. So they've done things to make it a little bit more user friendly. So used to be when you would go into a dungeon, you would have to get a group of 5 people. And now they've got stuff where you can go in there and play with computer generated characters that go with you. So she likes doing that because then, you can just pop in and do one of those. And so.
Yeah, I play by myself.
So do your kids still play? No?
No, they don't have time. They just, and it's changed. The game has changed so much. The things that they liked about it are not there anymore.
I gotcha. Yeah. So your kids' ages, both sets, are how?
We've got a
what
lot.
age?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jacob is
I got
30,
time.
31. Jacob's 31. He's the one that came with us to Legion's Con. And he's the Mythic fan. He is studying to be a neurosurgeon right now. So I think he's got half a year left of that. And then he starts his residency. Shawnee is 26. And she's out in California. She really likes jujitsu, and she's got a fiance. She's scheduled to be married next year. So we're going to make a trip to California next year for a wedding.
Oh, yeah.
Not during Legion's Con.
No.
Could be
We told him that
March
too. We
or
was
May.
just stay away from November. And then here we've got 4 at the house. So we've got Alexis, who's 21, She is in her last year of college. She's studying to be a social worker. My son Ty, he is 20. He has autism, so he'll probably be with us, pretty much his whole life. He's got a job at McDonald's right now, like doing some cleaning and stuff. Good kid. And then we've got twin girls that are 17, and they're in their last year of high school right now. So they do a lot of theater. So we've got, between the two of us, so we got 6 kids, and yeah, so it's pretty full.
And especially with 2 seniors, I have the one, and oh my gosh, senior year. I mean,
yeah.
And my son plays sports. So like I was at the school every day, probably of his whole high school career, or at least every other day of his entire high school career. So we were always busy, and I make people laugh. Like, because I only had one, like every day of his senior year, I think I cried.
Oh.
That's sad.
He's 23 now, but it was just that senior year. It was hard on this mama to deal with and all, but super excited for him and where he's going and what he's going to be doing. He's a good kid.
It's fun to see them grow up.
Yeah,
it is.
I don't think that we're going to be those parents that are like really missing the kids when they move out. Well,
missing them, but the quiet will be nice.
Yeah. Quiet and more space for toys, and yeah.
Well, and I think the more kids you have, like the better equipped you are for that.
Yeah.
Because you send one out, and then you send the other one out, and then you send another one out. And I think the more that you have, I feel like with me, only had the one. So I had to go through the heartbreak one time. And I didn't have another kid here to kind of take my focus off of the one that left, I think is. So I think the more you have, the better off you are. So everybody out there, have more than one.
Yeah, there you go. Well, and we got a dog too that is very needy. So
what kind of puppy you got?
He is half corgi, half Rhodesian Ridgeback. So he's just a little yelper kind of dog, and not super tiny, but small enough. But he acts like
very
he's tough.
long.
Yeah.
Corgis are my favorite
part.
Mm-hmm.
And he has short little legs.
Short little legs, long little body. Yeah. They're adorable. All right. So Curtis, you've answered this before, but we're going to talk about it now because we're going to go through lots of other things. When did you get into Mythic Legions? Kind of when did you start collecting? When did you first see them? What was your first Mythic? That kind of thing.
So I started getting back into adult toy collecting several years ago, and was really focused on Masters of the Universe. Some like vintage stuff, and some of the classics and that kind of thing. And I listened to a podcast called Podcasters of the Universe, which is Jeremy DeWitt and Stephen Bisciotti from our community. And there was a few times where they would show like some the Motu tributes on there. But I really didn't get it because they weren't exactly what I remembered from He-Man, but they were similar. But I don't know. I just didn't get it. And then one time they were doing a review, and the figure was Lord Dragul. And I was like, that's awesome. Like it looked amazing. And so I was messaging Steven and just telling him how amazing I thought it was. And he just sent me one. Didn't charge me, didn't whatever. He just sent me one. And I got that figure in hand, and it was game over. Like it was, okay, this is the toy line I want to collect going forward. So I hit up Big Bad Toy Store, anything that they had in stock at the time. I think the only pre-order that was going at that time was the game figures, like the orcs and the elves. So I ordered a bunch of those, and yeah, I mean, from that point on, I've been all in on every Mythic wave. So,
And extras because you do a lot
Oh
of
yeah.
customizing.
Yeah, definitely extras. Yeah. It you know, it used to be like if I needed a body for customizing, I would either buy one from, you know, a retailer or I buy one from eBay. But you know, that starts to add up. Like, you know, those prices get a little stiff. So, you know, if you can kind of build some backlog of inventory, you know, for at $37 or with the Legion builders at $25 and just kind of keep them in the garage, it's nice to be able to just kind of go out there and grab a figure when you need it. So
Right. Very good. Very good. Now, Darla, when he started getting into Mythic and started collecting them, like, what did you think of them? Did you like pay any attention to them, or did you just not really pay
Not
any attention at
too
all?
much. He had been into what was the other one? The statues. You got the
the
Kotobukias.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought the Mythic Legions were nice, but I didn't understand the whole community, and it wasn't until I saw a picture, I think, of Lord Bardrick, and I said,
Oh yeah.
"Oh, he's nice." And that was like the first one that when he came in, I got really excited over and stuff. And they just keep getting better and better. I'm not a collector, but as you can see, I kind of am by default.
Right.
But yeah, there, and of course Ziri is also amazing. She's really my favorite, but she's in the case. I don't get to touch her.
Curtis, get Ziri out of that case.
I told
she can
him
do whatever she wants.
after G-Con, I told him, Nieve, I want a Nieve for myself, exactly how she came from the factory, because she is gorgeous.
Yeah, she said
Yeah.
that about the unicorn too, because you know I've been very vocal of, you know, I'm don't need any more horses. Like they've put out just way a lot of horses, and so I told her that, you know, before going into G-Con, and then they brought out that unicorn, and
I'll take it.
Yeah, she looked at me and she goes, "I'll take it if you don't want it." Like, okay, all right.
So I want to paint.
Ryan.
I'm waiting for them to do a paint. They have done all the different colors, and I want a paint horse. I want a black and white paint horse, I think, or a brown and white paint horse. I think that would be beautiful. So I'm looking forward to that. And Kevin would agree. There's a lot of horses, and he's tired of seeing all the horses.
Well, and
of course,
they take up a lot of real estate. Like the ones with the Dark Four, like you got to have those. Like you got to have Erethyr and Ilithia and their horses. But after that, it's like, man, they take up a lot of room. So
they do.
Some people love them, and that's fine. It is just not. Yeah, I don't need a ton.
But
So,
that bear is going to take up more room,
That's
and you
true.
know you're getting that bear,
Yep.
and probably more than one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just saying.
For sure.
So Darla, you actually, so real recently you started getting into really being able to appreciate the line and all the figures that are coming out. Kind of what made you go into thinking to yourself, hey, I want to do some capes and I want to create a dio, like explain to me like where, like how did all of that come about? What happened there to make you say, hey, I want to get creative in this as well?
I think it started when he started customizing and I started watching the pieces take shape, and then they did the mud thumps, and Emil read the bio and I was listening, because something from Mythic Legions is always going in our house. So I knew all these people before I even met them. So, but I heard the story, and then I made the little mud thump hut. And that was my first dio ever. And it was so fun just working with your hands and making something and painting. And so I really like that. The capes, I didn't, want to get into Curtis, what was it? The Blue Falcon, I think, the one that Ryan has.
Yeah, the one that Ryan has.
He said, this needs a blue cape. And I think that was the first one I made. And then he's like, well, it needs wire in it. I said, okay. So I mean, I'll do it because people like them and they are using them, and I'll do it as long as people want them to. But I would much rather be in there cutting foam.
That's funny. So I'm going to bring up this slideshow. We're actually going to talk about, I want to go back a little bit. Let's talk about your Legions Con experience. Because I really want you up here. So one of the things that I loved and was such a surprise and such a great thing that happened at Legions Con is whenever I went to get my tag, she wasn't quite put together yet, but I got my first look at her and it was amazing. So kind of talk me through that. You guys went to intern for a day.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to see her before she came to the
we went
hotel.
To the back when they do the tour of the prop house, and then he took us to the back, and Bill and the seamstresses, I don't remember their names. I think one was Julie, and they're so cute. Do you remember their names?
I don't remember their names, but they were so sweet.
They were sewing.
They were so sweet.
They were sewing the pants on Ziri, and Bill was working on her head, her face, and it was so cool to see. And she was my favorite at the time. So just to know that there was going to be a full-sized one at Legions Con, I was so excited.
And then at one point she saw CJ and Keithlin came in, and she was all excited. She went like up to Keithlin. She's like, did you see her? Because like they basically got your soft goods on this full size figure, and like took her back there to show her. She was all excited to show her. So
that's awesome. And what did you think of intern for a day? I know that
everybody needs to put in for that. It was so awesome. I can't even say how good it was. So you guys all need to put in for that, because the studio, everybody is so welcoming, and it's just such a friendly, fun atmosphere, and so cool to see all the stuff that, behind the scenes and everything. It was amazing. And I hope you go, Tanya, next year. I know Amber has been there a couple times.
So Kevin and I put in for it last year. Neither one of us got our name pulled. Amber, of course, has been all 3 years. And I told Amber that because Kevin and I will do the same thing, we'll put in for it again this year. If we don't get to go, I told Amber that if she goes, Ryan is kicked out and I'm the +1.
Yes, I was my son Jacob's +1, and then Kent Pool Collects was kind enough to take Curtis as his +1. So that's how we all got to go.
That is fantastic. What a great memory for you all to be able to go and see that and do that together.
Yeah, I would do that every year if I could.
That's fantastic.
It's one of those things where, like, before that, I mean, she was helping with dios and with the capes and doing this stuff, and she knew of these people. But like after intern was done, she like went to me and she's like, I get it now. She's like, I understand like about the community and and then it was cute because then throughout Legions Con, like she was going and taking pictures with people, and like she'd come back, she goes, I got a picture with Eric Treadway.
And I don't like taking pictures of myself. So I went around and got all those pictures.
Yeah, if you look like the pictures that you guys did with the whole Legions lady group, like there's like 2 or 3 pictures, and you'll just see like a sliver of her face like hiding behind somebody. So
yeah, we're gonna get to those. I pulled some of those. Now here's you and Amber.
Yes.
And then there's you and me.
Yes.
Yay!
And I think
I
you took the picture I got with Joe Vaspolo.
Yeah,
I was,
may have, yeah, because I was over there at his booth whenever you came in, I was sitting there talking to him.
And before that picture with you two together, you had just told us about how you guys were going to start up a show. And yeah, so that was cool.
So Amber and I talked. So I think when I was at your table, I can't remember if it was Saturday or Sunday. So, and I know I have alluded to this before, and my husband came down with a fever on Friday at GCon. So he went up to the room and went to bed. And Saturday morning, I woke up at 4:00 in the morning and he was burning up. And so I rushed him to the hospital. He had an infection in his leg. And so all morning, Saturday morning, up until around 1:30, 2:00, we were at the hospital. And so Kevin did not get to enjoy Legion's Con with me at all this year, except for about 2 hours of GCon before he started feeling ill. And then sat Saturday morning all day in the hospital. So Saturday for me is a little bit of a blur. I did come in late on Saturday and picked up the stuff off the Legion's table that I wanted and a few other things that I was really wanting. So I didn't really get to enjoy Legion's Con like I had planned, but on Saturday or Sunday morning, I got up early and I spent pretty much all day going back and forth between the two rooms and trying to get to every table and see the things that I could see. So I can't remember if when we took the picture, if it was Saturday or Sunday. I'm guessing that was Sunday, but I don't know for sure.
I think it was Sunday.
It was Sunday. I was asleep.
Oh. So Photoshop her in.
But here,
you just put her over his right there.
Yeah.
But here I saw that Chris's girlfriend had scooted down so we could actually see Darla back there just a little bit.
It probably happened right before they snapped the picture. Otherwise, she would have ducked down too.
But then here, where she's standing up, you can barely see Darla. And then this one is the one that makes me laugh so much. She literally is right behind Chris's girlfriend. It was awesome. Oh, so let's talk about your capes. Now, this is a picture of the one that you guys sent me. And of course, I have him on this one. I love the way that the purple really brings out that purple. I just absolutely love it. And cannot tell you how much I appreciate you doing that. By the time, like I said, I got to the floor at Legion's Con, all of your capes were gone and I didn't get one. So that meant the world to me.
I kind of underestimated how many were needed.
So now you are aware that every single person on the floor is going to want one. But here are a few pictures that Curtis sent me of some of the capes that you have. And I love Ragna. Isn't she amazing? And so this cape, what kind of material are you using here?
That is flannel. It's a prototype. It looks different in the photo, but it's just flannel. It reminds me of the like Star Wars Luke's Jedi robe. It's got that feel to it. But I actually really like it. I like the shiny ones because I think they look better in the photos. But this one, I think I'll see if I can find some more flannel.
Yeah, Lynn's been messaging us for the last month or so and saying we need dwarf capes. We need dwarf capes. So that's what this is.
Yeah, this is awesome. And I'm a big Ragna fan. Well,
We
so
may have included this picture because we knew that.
I when I first got in the line, the thing that got me in was Artemis sitting on Alder. I saw that picture that Trevor took, and it brought me in. I was like, okay, I'm in. But my favorite figure, bar none, is Thalen. And when I read the bio of Ragna and how she was with Thalen and they're, good mates or whatever, I was just like, oh, I've got to have her. So I searched high and low to find Ragna and finally found her. And so yeah, I love Ragna. I think she's a really cool character, and I just like her look. So this made me happy when I saw it today. I'm like, oh!
Yeah, they're just a little shorter.
Yes. And then one of my another favorite figure here. So this one you have two different colors. Now, is this the same fabric? Is this the
No,
flannel again, or
the brown is just cotton, and then the off-white is, I don't
Almost
know if
like a
it's,
burlap or canvasy.
yeah, it's not quite as rough as burlap, but I don't know what it is. Broadcloth, maybe.
okay?
It's got a little texture. I actually put it, like, in my mind, it would have been on the outside, but Curtis put it on there like that, and I said, oh, that looks good.
We got some feedback at Legion's Con that some people wanted some more earthly colors.
And more like rustic kind of.
Yeah. So
Yeah, these are fantastic. I looking through these today and seeing them. And this, now that we're bringing this up, let's go ahead and I did not even think to bring up the we are actually going to give one of these away tonight. So I've got
this one she's been working on. She found this like really cool. It's hard to tell here in the picture, but that inside purpley color is like really sparkly. And with a bunch of the wizards and stuff coming out right now, she was like really excited about this one. So whoever wins tonight will get the first one of these in hand. So
that is exciting.
The inside material reminds me of when you have a CD in the sun and it's got all those rainbow colors. That's what this does. This actually in real life looks like that kind of coloring. It's so pretty.
I'm going to pull this one down real quick, and I'm going to put up the other one because that one shows the inside a lot better as far as the look.
I was told by certain people that we needed purple and sparkles, and I'm pretty sure you can guess who that was.
Yeah, I wonder who told you that you needed purple.
They sound really fun.
Yes, that's amazing. All right, and then let me pull that down and put this one back up. All right. And then we have this one. Now, this looks like it's back to the satiny material.
I found that green reminded me of your Artemis. So I picked up a little bit to test it out, and it's really pretty.
That's awesome. And there's Artemis. Now, here you used, again, the more earthly colors, but is it the cotton and the kind of canvas, or?
I think that one's just the cotton on both sides, just two different colors. And you can reverse them too. So you can use either color on the outside.
Just amazing.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's one of the things when she started making them was kind of like, okay, well, how do you attach these? And I know a lot of capes have like just the little like hole punches in the back. But some of those, especially like the older mythic capes, like those holes can kind of rip a little bit. So she came up with this idea to put a buttonhole on it. And so it's really reinforced. And I like that quite a bit. So you just pop the pauldrons in there and you can switch it around. So
That's awesome. That's a great idea. I love that idea.
Or like Dennis Derby just put the neck through the buttonhole.
yeah, that's true.
He used it like that and it worked.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. That is awesome. And then this one, is that the one before but reversed?
No, this one's got
Okay.
more of that canvasy on the outside, the like beige color, but then it does have, I think it's the same green fabric on the inside where it's not really, it's the cotton. It's not the silky stuff. Yeah.
Gotcha. That's fantastic. Oh my goodness. How wonderful. And
This one might be my favorite.
I know. I love this. The color of this is such a great color for her.
Yeah, this wasn't it Patrick that
Patrick Boyle was looking for yellows and I found this yellow. It's not a favorite color of mine for things, but it works. And then it's got that canvasy stuff on the
and I'll be honest, this one is not going to be, at least this particular cape is not going to be for sale, because as soon as I put it on this character, like I've never really liked this character, and as soon as I put that on, I was like, okay, I like this character a lot now. So so that particular cape is going to be with me, but she will have more of those.
I don't believe I saw any of the capes back that are in these photos. So just saying.
They may be somewhere in our display cases.
So I will be making more starting tomorrow. But I need to know like what colors, what fabrics you guys like. And I mean,
everybody that is listening now is going to start messaging Curtis and you, telling you what colors and fabrics to do. I am loving the more natural cottons and the whatever this canvas type fabrics are. When I was, because when he originally sent these, I blew them up real big on my screen so I could really look at them, and I love the texture. I mean, I love it. So
it's difficult to find because some of them are the texture's too big. So for these sizes, it just looks silly.
It looks like our scale soft goods on them, which doesn't really work.
Yeah.
So
So I'm keeping an eye out for little tiny weaves, that work better.
Right. Well, keep looking and keep doing. I mean, these are fantastic. And Amber, if I'm not mistaken, this is one of your favorite figures, right? I mean, she's up there.
Yeah.
So
probably like my number 2.
Nice.
Wow. So we definitely need to get you this cape for her.
Deal.
Like that is such
amazing.
Yeah. And I knew that you and I had talked about it before, and she's like one of your favorite characters, and I think it's amazing. Yeah, that cape works so well. And then this one, wow. So
that was just a decided canvas one.
Yeah. And I think it goes so well here. The colors and everything looks so good on her. Stacy Lynn said pink and purple. Nice. Light purple. Rygon said all of them. A couple of people said pink. Rougher texture. Orange, purple.
I wonder who that is.
What a mystery this is.
Yeah.
So yes, there's a lot of different colors. So I don't think that you are going to go wrong with any color, yellow and black, and
purple.
Yes. And Kevin's been talking to me. He wants a green knight. There's not really a green knight, and he would love to have a green knight. So I think if he does finally paint a green knight, he's going to want a cape that goes with it. Yeah, I think emerald green is kind of what he was thinking when we first started talking about it. He's like, I just really want a green night. I'm like, okay. So, all right. So this is the first. Is this the first hut that you guys were talking about earlier?
Yes, that's my first dio.
That's awesome.
I love
So, yeah, can you explain to me kind of what is the body of that? The foam? Did you cut out all of those individual rocks?
I did. Underneath is the pink foam, and it's just a half circle because I thought like the whole hut wouldn't fit in a detolf, so I was trying to get it just for the look. So underneath is the pink foam, and then those pebbles are like a thin, I don't know what you call it. It's just a thin foam that I textured and cut them out and glued them on there. And then the door is that same thin foam that was just textured. And yeah, I looked at a lot of videos because there's a lot of tutorials.
Yeah. So the door doesn't open and close on this one. It just stays closed.
Mm-hmm.
And then did you just use like straw that you would find anywhere, or is it special straw? Oh, wow.
Nope. Just at the craft store, and it's in with the dried flowers, and I just got a bundle of it and cut it and put it on there.
That's fantastic. Now, underneath that, is that again a foam piece that you use?
No, because I had trouble. I think it's just cardboard, like shaped and reinforced with foam, but it was cardboard, and then I put
Mod Podge.
No, spackle.
Oh, that's right.
Spackle,
yeah.
so it would harden and keep its shape.
Yep.
That's fantastic.
Oh, cool.
And then this is a setup. Now, where is this setup at? Where did
that
you
was
have this
Legion's
at?
Con 22. So
Yeah,
she
I
wasn't there,
there.
but that we wanted, like, she was making that piece for me to bring at Legion's Con 22. So
gotcha. Okay.
And then this is the family of goblins called the Mud Thumps, which is part of the God's Fire series. And those are the characters that, we were listening together the bios for. So.
Oh, that's fantastic.
The
Love that.
Van Halen one.
Yeah. Yeah. Van actually has that one.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
That's cool. All right. And then this is another one that you've done.
Yeah, that one's a little rough.
Really?
But,
I love that one.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
I was just like looking at other people's stuff and dio making and just kind of copied some of their techniques. And yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, just like some ruins. I really like that one.
Yeah, I do too. I thought it looked really nice. And then when you add this, I know, it's just amazing. Now, where did you get her outfit? Did you make that?
No, that one's a Max Bird set. And that's part of the whole, like, I bought a lot of Max Bird stuff when I first got into the line. And then, we got to the point where I was like, you could just make this stuff for me, and then I wouldn't have to buy all this Max Bird stuff. So, but yeah, they do make some really good stuff. And I love that on Hera. Like, she's one of my favorite figures anyway. And I think that soft goods set just takes her to the next level.
Yeah, she's pretty.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right. And then you've got this one.
That was just for Curtis because he needed a display in his detofs. So just went with the ice.
It looks so good.
That's cool.
And looks really good with the troll, the ice troll, and
yeah, he's a big boy.
Yeah, I love doing photos with Thalen and the ice troll together.
Yeah.
It's really cool, especially if you get that, you get some snow outside and you can find a good spot and you bring an ice troll and Thalen out there, you can get some really good shots.
Yeah, And just think when you're able to add neve to that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Now this is really cool. So this is lava, rock,
Yes.
lava flowing. Oh my gosh.
Curtis made the gnome mage, fire mage, and he wanted this to set him on. So I'm not a very good painter, but I again looked at tutorials and got the lava in there.
It's perfect.
I
And
love this. Yeah.
used like a, what is it, like bulletin board material, a
Oh,
cork board.
cork. That's right.
Yeah, talk about that.
A roll of cork. It's like probably not even a 1/4 inch thick. And it's a roll you get at a craft store. And I just broke pieces off and glued it on there. And then it looks like the lava. I actually used it for bricks on my other dio, the throne room.
That is amazing.
Yeah, there's his little mage.
I love that.
So evidently I didn't get the picture of the throne room.
Oh, shoot. Sorry.
It's
I
the
had
one we gave
somebody
away.
asking
We
to
gave
see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had
Amber and
somebody
Ryan have
asking to
one.
see it.
Not sure.
Uh,
It's with all the
Yeah.
time.
So, they're so awesome. Okay. Let's see, what else? So, have you done sewing before you started doing the capes? Like, have you sewn other stuff and done other things?
My very first job was at a fabric store, and my mom sewed, my sisters sewed, and back then it was cheaper to make your own clothes, not so much now.
Right.
So I learned really young. So there's
Ryan
the
taught it to
back.
me.
There's the back of the throne room. So those little bricks are the same, the cork board. Little pieces.
That is
out and textured.
awesome.
Yeah, and when she was making that one, Brian Almeida was kind enough to kind of give us some tips and stuff. We would run a few things by him on, how to make certain materials look the right way and stuff.
Yeah.
Super helpful. If anybody out there is, trying to get into the dio thing and they have questions, he's real quick to, help people out. So,
Yeah, been watching Brian Almeida do his lives on Tuesday opposite Legion Slayer, and it has been, just amazing to see what he does. It is so cool.
yeah.
I really enjoyed those. And so Darla, you said that you don't paint. Have you ever tried, or would you consider trying to do like a custom figure painted?
No, I'll leave that to Curtis. My eyes are so bad. Like the little tiny faces, I don't think I could do that. And he does such a beautiful job. I'll stay in my lane.
Go ahead, Amber.
Is there a figure that you like really want that Four Horsemen hasn't done yet?
I think they do pretty well. I don't know that. I'm just waiting for Nieve.
Patiently waiting.
Yeah, I can't think of any that fairies maybe, but I don't know if a whole lot of people would be into fairies. So maybe I'll have to just make my own.
I would personally enjoy that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
a little more girly kind of things, maybe.
Yeah. So that's my wish. And Tanya is a derivative from the Russian Tatiana, and she is a fairy queen.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Oh.
So that would be my one thing that I want them to do. Is I would love for them to do a fairy queen. I think that would be amazing.
But the elves would make good fairies too for
Yeah.
customizers
Yeah.
They would.
because they're
Yeah,
just about perfect.
Yep. Now, real quick, wanted to go through some of these. Curtis, wow. Some of your
Thank you.
customs are just amazing. Now, the ones I got, they're from all the times and all over and all of that stuff. But this one really blew me away. And as you guys probably know, if you've seen the show, he sits on my desk. And I don't like sci-fi.
Mhm.
Like, it has not ever been something that I love. But when I saw him, I had to have him. I mean, really had to have him. So, Curtis, I know I was in the customizing studio and you were working on some of this. And so, kind of got to see parts and pieces when I was in there. But oh my gosh, to see this done and put together, I cannot even fathom like how much work went into that.
I appreciate it. Yeah, this one took like 5 weeks of, I mean, how the customizing studio goes. So I'm in there every single Sunday for 3-4 hours. And, I try to work some on it during the week and still it took me 5 weeks. That slog's a big boy. And I saw this head that Walter DeMarco sculpted and Len had at Wolf King Customs. And I was like, man, I got to paint that head. But if I'm going to paint that head, I need to paint a slog because, he's got fur on him and slog's more like, I don't know, he's kind of got like lizardy skin or something. So I knew I was going to have to do something on his arms and legs. And I'm like, if I'm going to do that, I'm going to do a full repaint. And, it's one of the things that I truly like about customizing is that you get to experience the details that Treadaway puts in these sculpts on a whole new level. It's kind of like we talk about the pictures don't do it justice, because it's not to say that Trevor doesn't take great pictures, because he does. But then you get it in your hand and you're like, oh, wow, this is even better than what I saw in the pictures. And then to me, the next step to that is putting a paintbrush to those details, because you start noticing all these little screws and crevices and tubes and everything else that's in there. And there's just a ton of stuff. So yeah, it took a long time. It was definitely a labor of love. But this is kind of like we were talking about before, like I wouldn't have wanted to do this as a commission because I would have been stressing out the whole time that whoever commissioned me for it is waiting on it. And it really just needs to take however long it takes. Unlike Jordan and Van, who advertise speed painting, I'm not a big fan of speed painting. I think art should take however long art takes. So I do appreciate the kind words on this because it definitely took a lot of time.
Yeah, I mean, again, you saw, he's hefty.
Oh
He
yeah,
is
he's a big boy.
big. He is heavy just to hold. Like, how did you I know you pull it apart and work on the bits and pieces, but he is so much heavier than any other figure. Like, how the trunk of him, like, how did you hold it to paint it?
Yeah, so I actually broke the whole thing up, which I had not even seen a slog broken up before. So I didn't even know like what parts come off and what parts don't. So that was an experiment all in itself, just trying to get it apart. And then because I was going to have to paint the joints, I ended up dyeing the arms and legs, which is something I've also never done. I've never dyed a figure before. So it was, a lot to break it apart, dye it. And then I just started, painting little parts here and there. I had absolutely no vision about what this was going to look like going into it. I didn't know what colors I was going to paint. Like sometimes I'll try to have like a whole idea lined out. I know like Emil does a thing where he'll piece everything together and then he'll like add colors in like Photoshop to see what it would look like beforehand. I had no idea. I just wanted to like go on a journey with this. So like I looked at the head, and to me, the head kind of screamed like very ferocious beast. And so immediately I thought of the apes from the movie Congo. And so that was my inspiration for the face, which is why it's kind of got the white and the, the pink and the spots and stuff. Because that was kind of my inspiration there. And then for the outfit, I just wanted it to look like, very spacey. And I don't know, I got a couple guys chirping in my ears every week about purple. And so, there you go. So, but yeah, it was just a lot of fun working on all the details. And then that cannon there on the arm that came from Stefan Delator, and it's really made for a 1.0. So I had to do some modifications on it. But I was really happy how that came out as well.
Yeah. This picture where it shows that's his hand, is that cannon, is a really cool photo, the way that you've got that taken. And then the back. Yeah.
Wow. That's, it's one of those things, like I was saying with Slog, he's such a big, beefy boy, and he's got such a presence about him that I don't know how many people actually just like turn it around and look at all the little details that are sculpted in there. And, so going on a journey like this with a figure and being able to put a paintbrush to all those little spots, makes me really appreciate Treadaway on a whole nother level.
Yeah, I bet it does. Yeah. And again, he sits on my desk, and I'm always looking at, to me, and I know I'm letting my ladies down here, but to me, he is one of my favorites from this wave. I mean, I love him. And don't get me wrong, love Ziri, love Vorga, but just for me personally, this is probably one of my favorite figures ever. Now, again, just wanted to show some of your work, and I just randomly pick stuff, so there's no rhyme or reason. But
well, you picked a good random one here, because
I thought this was a good representation of what it looked like, and then what you did with it.
Yeah, this there's a story behind this one. Lynn LaGuardia probably is my best friend in the world, and it all started like, Lynn. Well, he's on Legion's cast. He's got his Bark at the Moon, all this kind of stuff, but he used to not be that present. So all you would hear about him is he's this kind of grumpy old man. He even call him Grandpa Glenn. And, I had placed a few orders with Wolf King, but I really hadn't talked to him a whole lot. And I painted up this custom using the Wolf King head. And I wasn't able to make it to Legion's Con 21. I have a lot of panic. I have panic disorder. And so it was just, I was too locked up to travel and do that. And I had talked about it in the community and stuff, and Len knew that, and he took this picture of the custom that I had there, and he actually put it in his display at Legion's Con 21, and had a big thing at it, had my name underneath and everything. And he sent me a picture and said, "Just so you know, I brought you to Legion's Con." And it was like the absolute sweetest thing that anybody's ever done for me. And I knew right then and there I had to make it to Legion's Con 22, regardless of whether I was going to be locked up with panic or not. And, from that point on, I'll never miss a Legion Con. But it all started with this figure and just Len being the greatest guy in the community that he is. So
great.
Yeah, he really is. Kevin and I were watching Bark at the Moon. I guess the second one he did here recently, and he did something where he's like, "I'm going to tell you some of the stuff that I use, and if you can use it or whatever." And he showed that tape that he used at
the nano tape
shows,
yeah.
Right? And Kevin looked at that and said, "That is exactly what I need, Tanya." So because Lynn introduced it in the way that he did, I mean, what a fantastic thing that he did. Kevin was able to see it and purchase it, and now he's going to be able to use it on his display that he has here. He's a big Marvel Legends collector, and he's doing a really cool display, and he needed something that would lock it in. And so he's praying that that tape is exactly what he needs. But yeah, just because Lynn said, "Hey, this is what I use and this is how it worked," we bought it. So thank you, Lynn.
There you go.
If it works, yay! All right. Let's just run through a couple more. I mean, these are just when I sat and looked at them, I was just like, and the detail of all of those, that Medusa head on that shield. I mean, just freaking amazing.
Thank
So
you.
how did you come up with the idea for the green beard? I mean, what? Yeah, I got a bigger picture here of him.
So once again, we played a lot of World of Warcraft, and if you play a gnome, typically a lot of them will have either green or pink beards. It's just for whatever reason, there's just a lot of those out there. So when Jeremy started, well, first he put the kits out as mouse kits, and when he did that, I was like, you need to make some gnome heads for these because I want to make gnomes. And he eventually did, but I actually did this one. That's a dwarf head, but it's a small enough dwarf head that I thought it would work as a gnome, and it kind of does. But I was just excited to make gnomes because of our history with World of Warcraft. And I was like, I can either do this pink or green. And I had that dragon eye thing that we had gotten from a store. I think it was from Michael's a while back. I didn't know what I was going to do with it, but I just thought that dragon eye was cool. And so I took that and I'm like, okay, well, if I give this to him, then I'm just going to go with a green, look to his beard and his scepter there. So.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I love that. And I love this blue that you did here.
Yeah, the one on the left, actually, that symbol on the torso, that's from our World of Warcraft guild that we were in together. So
that's cool.
This is like actually a take off of a character that I played when we were first getting together. So, and then the one on the right there is Calabas from Clash of the Titans, which that was a lot more customizing work than, a lot of times I just am what we call a painter. I don't do a lot of like adding parts and cutting things up and that kind of thing, which is true customizing. I just paint for the most part, but that one was definitely a lot of customizing.
Yeah, I'm gonna need somebody to do the right head for me. Steve Bisciotti got close to what I need, but it's not exact, and I'm not a customizer. I just want to paint.
Yeah.
And these two were amazing as well.
Yeah, the one on the right, really, I didn't do any work on the body. That's just a Surawane. But I did paint match the head to go with it as well as the sword, which the gray on that is a little unique. So I was pretty happy with that paint match. And then the one on the left there, I really love the Colosseum type characters, and I just felt like I needed a female in there. So this was using a Hera body, and then got that head from Wolf King Customs, and I wrote a whole backstory for her where she actually was she got married to Calavius, and so it was a fun little character.
That's cool. And then my husband is a big Templar fan, so I really enjoyed this one.
Yeah, this is one of the God's Fire series characters that Stephen Bisciotti and Emil did. And I just, I love the God's Fire story. That's one of the things that attracted me to Wolf King Customs, first, was that they had like stories with these characters. It wasn't just like a random head and you do whatever you want. Like a lot of these ones had like a bio with it, and you can choose not to use that bio. Like I know you took like the Scrooged head and you made something else completely with it, which is perfectly fine. But something about having a bio and being able to like read something and then try to bring it to life is pretty cool. So I really like that.
Yeah.
Well, for me, I'm creating a demon deacon, which has been something that I have seen my whole entire life. I mean, literally I grew up watching sports, watching basketball, watching football for the college teams that are in my area that are local to
Mhm.
me. So, for me, when I saw that head, I didn't even see Scrooge. I saw Demon Deacon like immediately. That's exactly what the Demon Deacon looks like. So, and it's funny because then I saw that it was Scrooge and I was like, no, that's the Demon Deacon.
Well, and that's really like the heart of what customizing is. Like you look at a
Right.
part, whether it's something that the Four Horsemen put out or something from a 3D print company or whatever, like you see a part and you go, hey, that makes me think of X.
Right.
And then you want to create X.
Right.
And yeah, so that's pretty cool. I'm glad that you were able to see something that maybe others didn't see right off the bat. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm super excited. All right. And I'm excited to get back into the customizing studio. I think I'm going to jump in this Sunday. I'm really excited about that. Okay. And then here you just put this picture of several of the ones that you have done up. And I look through these and I'm flabbergasted at the artwork here. Darla, the drawing, the dios, and the capes that she does, true art, and absolutely gorgeous. And then on the other side, in another type of, I cannot believe how artistic your family is. I mean, it's just these things are beautiful.
Thank you.
And
Appreciate
to
it.
have two artists, that do such fabulous work. And I just kind of wanted to show some of your artwork. I just think that
And the
you did a
thumbnail.
great
Yeah.
job.
She
Yeah.
said, and the thumbnail.
And the thumbnail.
Yeah.
Well, when he takes his pictures, his thumb's always there.
Yeah.
All right. These are wonderful. Love them, love them, love them. Okay. We're going to start the giveaway. I know it's a little later than I was hoping to do it, but I wasn't prepared. We are now. So I am going to try to share my screen, and we are going
so
share screen. We are going to do StreamYard and then the giveaway tool and start collecting. Darla is awesome. Because she is. So hashtag Darla is awesome to win that amazing cape that she is giving away on the show tonight. We're super blessed to have that. So if everybody will start giving me the hashtags, Darla is awesome, we are going to start asking you guys some questions. All right, let me show that at the bottom. Oh, nope, not that one. I'm gonna add the banner. Show that one at the bottom and hide that one. There you go. Okay.
Look at you with your StreamYard skills.
I am so I am learning, but I am by no means good, but I'm super excited. All right.
I don't know how to do most of that. Jesse does all that for me.
Praise God for Amber, because she goes through and does, like, when comments come up and she needs to show those, she takes care of it. I mean, there's so much that I have to do. So we have questions, and you guys, if you've seen our show, you know that we just ask random questions and we just like to hear your answers.
Right.
So, and we go back and forth. I am going to start. Everybody remember, hashtag Darla is awesome. We're going to ask a couple of questions and then we will see where we're at on the giveaway tool, and then we'll pull and see who wins. So excited. All right, Kevin, honey, win this one. All right. All right. let's start with Darla. Darla, I know when you guys met, you were in California. Where did you grow up?
California.
Where
I
in
was,
California?
I was born in Southern California, raised in the Bay Area, and then ended up in Lake Elsinore. It's up near Chico, Northern California in the mountains.
Oh, wow. Okay. And Curtis, I know you said you moved around the Midwest. Where did you grow up?
Mostly in St. Louis. So I was born in Ohio and then moved to St. Louis when I was like 5, and spent most of my life here. So
Awesome.
We'll go Darla first. Are you an only child?
No, I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters, all older. So there was a lot of us too.
That's fun. How about you, Curtis?
I don't really know. Papa was a Rolling Stone, and so the ones that I know of, I know that I have 2 sisters, 2 brothers, and then I think like maybe 3 or 4 more that I've never even met. So who knows?
Okay. Darla, are your parents still around?
No, they passed. My dad passed away when I was about 20, and my mom passed away. She made it to 92, I think. She passed away 2018. So,
Gotcha.
but
Okay.
she had dementia, so it was like she had been gone a while before that. So
I gotcha. I gotcha. And Curtis, parents around?
My parents, yeah, they actually live like 5 minutes from us. So
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Okay.
my
Well,
my biological father is been gone for a while, but my stepdad and my mom live about 5 minutes from us. So
oh, that's fantastic.
yeah.
All right.
Let's see. Darla, if any, what was your first pet?
had to be a cat. I always had a cat growing up. We had a dog, but it was a family dog. But yeah, I probably had about 5 different cats as I was growing up.
And Curtis?
We had a cat that was white with black paws, and we called him Boots. And our neighbor stole them, but we could not prove it. So
Oh my god.
Oh, okay. Darla, what was your favorite vacation as a kid?
I think there was one time when our parents took 4 of us, because my brother by that time was out of the house. And we went down to LA and we got to go to Knott's Berry Farm, Disneyland, all those. That was probably my favorite.
That's
Oh, that's
awesome.
fun.
Yes. And Curtis, do you remember what your favorite vacation as a kid was?
we didn't really go on vacations. My stepdad, he's a plastic salesman, so he sold color to different companies, and so we did a lot of traveling when I was younger. So we would just spend the summer traveling and staying in hotels and stuff, and I really always enjoyed that because we got to swim in the hotel pools, and if me and my sister were good, we ended up typically getting a toy while we were out and stuff. So, but we didn't go on any like official vacation type things.
Gotcha.
All right, let's see. So, Darla, what is your absolute best memory as a kid?
Wow.
I know, right? That's a tough one.
That's very difficult. I'll give you one from early childhood. We didn't get much at Christmas because there were too many of us, but we would usually get one big gift, and then my mom would give us like a stocking or something. And I had been, not on purpose, but collecting dolls. Like people would just give me dolls, and she told me this Christmas, no dolls this Christmas. I'm like, okay. And it turned out that they ended up getting me a baby doll. And then my brother got me a doll, and each of my sisters got me a doll. So I ended up with 4 of them.
Oh,
That's awesome.
Very
I love
cool.
that. And for Curtis, what was your absolute best memory as a kid?
I think the one that is just popping into my head is I think when I was like maybe like 10 or 11, I ended up getting a hand-me-down black and white TV for my bedroom. And like just the idea of being able to watch TV or play video games or whatever in my bedroom was like blew me away. So yeah, 12-inch black and white TV.
That's awesome. Okay, Darla, what is your favorite food?
A perfectly ripe strawberry.
Interesting.
And Curtis.
Really like pizza, but I think if I was just to have like one meal, I think it would be crab legs.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was good.
I've recently become allergic to those.
Oh,
No.
that's nice.
No. Just like one year I wasn't allergic and now I am. It's wild.
That stinks.
Darla, what is your favorite restaurant?
Probably Texas Roadhouse, I think, because that's one of the ones he took me to first. Well, the very first one, when I came out here to visit, he took me to Steak and Shake, because we didn't have those in California. So.
I'm a romancer. Just yeah. In case you guys didn't know that, steak burger and cheese fries kind of guy. So
I love that.
I'm not fancy. We actually like going and getting the stuff and bringing it home, because
yes, us too.
I
'Cause then
don't
we don't
like
have to
being
see
around a
people.
bunch of people. It's so loud, you can't hear anything. And
Yeah.
except at Legion's Con, I love that. I love
Yeah.
being around all those people. And can I say something before you go on?
Absolutely, yeah.
I just really appreciate all the support from you guys, the people who knew I was going to be on here and sending me messages. And the community feels like family. And I love that Lauren started this for the ladies, and you guys have taken it to another level. And it makes my heart happy that for everything that's going on.
Well, it makes our heart happy that you have joined us and that we got to meet you at Legion's Con, and that we get to be friends. I mean,
yeah,
that's just awesome.
I appreciate it. It's
Yeah,
nice having some lady friends now, because
that's right.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's been a while.
Yes, it has. All right, let's check the giveaway. Let's see if we can give something away. Hang on, let me share. Oh, okay. And then we have 41 entries, and I think we had 52 people in there. So last shot. Hashtag Darla is awesome. Let's draw for the giveaway. Let's give it just a couple of minutes more. Again, hashtag Darla is awesome. And then
she's getting all embarrassed.
we just love you, Darla. We're excited that you decided to come on and hang with us for a little bit. All right, 44 entries, 45. Let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. All right, 45 entries. Let's draw and see who's going to win. Please let it be Kevin. All right.
Santos.
Santos Riviera.
Nice.
Awesome.
I just sent him a package last week.
Congratulations. So you don't need to get in touch with Curtis. He already has your information.
Yep, we'll get it out tomorrow.
So yay. All right. We're back. We're back. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's put our thing back up there. Okay. Now, you guys have a dog. Are
Mhm.
you still cat people, dog people? Do you have both? What?
No cats. No cats.
I like cats.
Yeah, no. In my previous marriage, my ex had a lot of cats, and it was not good, especially as a collector. So yeah, I'm not a cat person. So
So
And
because
Darla,
of that, I won't ever have
Yeah.
a cat because
I've got a
I
lot
like
of
Curtis
yeah.
better.
Yeah, I've got baggage with that. So,
well, you know, you got to choose. Do you like
Hmm.
Curtis? Do you like cats?
dogs are friendly. Cats are just jerks, in my opinion. So that's
It can be.
my hot take. Cats are jerks. So
All right. So, Darla, what's your favorite holiday?
Christmas. That's probably Thanksgiving and Christmas. That whole time between the preparation for it and everything is always fun. And I think we've gotten it down to where we're not so stressed out anymore because it's like whatever is going to happen is going to happen. And
Mhm.
it's not all about the gifts so much as just spending time with your family and friends.
Yeah, definitely. I learned that young.
yeah.
How about you, Curtis? What's your favorite holiday?
Mythic Week. That's
Oh, that's that's cheating.
I
it
love
used to
that.
be Thanksgiving, but Mythic Week has taken that
That's
over.
true.
So,
It's a great week. It's a great
Yeah.
week.
it really is.
All right. Darla, what is your favorite pizza topping?
Lately, it's been bacon, pepperoni with
yum.
bacon on top. Yeah.
Mm,
What a good combination.
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, I would go pepperoni and mushroom. And for whatever reason, that combo has always been, up there for me.
Mushroom.
Definitely no pineapple if Iz is
I
watching
don't
this.
think Amber liked that.
Yeah.
Her face said she didn't.
Well, that's what I thought when Iz said pineapple the other day. Dang Californians and their pineapple on their pizza.
I love ham and pineapple on a pizza. Yum. Oh, come on. All right. Darla, what is your favorite movie? Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
Movie?
The next one.
Okay.
There
Darla,
are
what's
so
your favorite
many,
movie?
but I would have to go with Braveheart.
Hmm.
Oh,
I
what a
like-
great movie.
I like epic movies.
Yeah,
Braveheart, Gladiator, those kind of ones.
absolutely. Curtis?
Kind of have two, and it just depends on what mood I'm in. It's either Thor Ragnarok or Princess Bride. It just kind of depends on the mood I'm in, but those are like the two that I always go to. So,
Okay.
Let's see. Darla, your favorite movie genre?
Epic, like big cinematic productions with big music. I don't know if that's a genre, but I don't
It
know
works
what
for
it
me.
would be under.
It worked for us. It's perfect. How about you, Curtis?
I'm just gonna have to go with like superhero movies, comic book movies, in general.
Do you have a favorite TV show?
He likes stuff that
I'll say what I like.
Oh,
You say what you.
I sit with him when he watches some of the shows that he watches. I like they had one called Anne with an E,
Mm.
and it was Anne of Green Gables, but kind of redone. on, what was that on?
Netflix. Yeah.
It was really good. And right now I'm loving that The Chosen, where they have I like that. That's really good.
That's awesome. They're in season 3 of that, right?
Season 3's out. I think they're filming season 4 right now.
Gotcha. Okay.
I just like it because it's real. It's not like a lot of times when they do Christian stuff, it's very sappy, and this is not. It's so good.
Okay. And Curtis.
I'll actually go with Chosen. Like, that was going to be my pick. I think the performances are amazing, and it's one of those shows that just feel good watching. So, yeah.
But also Seinfeld, we've played like 15 times through.
It's a good sleeping to or background noise show.
Very quotable.
Yeah.
It's like us in the office.
Yeah.
Kevin and his Mayberry, Andy Griffith.
Mm.
Oh, that's awesome.
Is it your turn? It's your turn, I think.
It's your. Oh, is it mine? I thought I did the TV show.
Oh, you did. Oh, my bad. I'll go. What was your favorite Christmas gift this year?
Mm.
What did I get?
You got a lot of stuff.
Yes, my family spoiled me so much. There was a lot, but I think one of my favorites was the Lego. Curtis got me the Lego bonsai tree because I'm known for not being very good with plants, and so he got me a Lego one, and I built it, and guess what? It doesn't die.
That's awesome.
It's got little like blossoms that you can put on a certain
really
time of the
pretty.
year and stuff. So
Oh, that's amazing. I love it.
yeah.
And
for me, it's the last 2 years she has done a book through Shutterfly, which is just like a collection of pictures from Legion's Con. And I just absolutely love it. So anytime I'm, feeling kind of down or feeling like I'm missing my friends and stuff, and it's just a long ways away, I just crack open that book and look through the pictures, and I'm transported right back to Legion's Con. So yeah, that has been my favorite gift the last 2 years, and it'll continue to be my favorite gift every year going forward. So yeah.
It looks like, Darla, that you've got to continue getting those done.
Well, it's again, the community has been so good, especially for Curtis. Just having friends that he can count on, and I don't know, there's just so many good things about the community, and also, if anybody's watching and your wife needs some friends or wants some social, bring them, send them to Legion's Ladies, because it's nice. They're nice ladies.
Yeah, it's weird because like I knew that I was going to bring Darla and Jacob with me to Legion's Con this past year. But I thought it was going to be kind of a one and done. Like I thought they were just going to humor me and go with me, and then they were going to be like, "Oh yeah, that was nice," and that's it. But like they both loved it. Like they were super excited and want to go back, and so that it makes me happy. And I feel like that show, that whole weekend really is becoming more of a couples and family friendly environment, to where it's like people just it's more than just the bunch of guys hanging out talking about toys. So yeah, that's cool. And
and a lot of people brought their like kids with them this year and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was really cool.
Yeah, and it's it's a unique place where everybody can sit around and be drinking and doing all this kind of stuff, but it's still a family friendly environment.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And to Darla's point earlier, like a lot of this stuff that she's doing like inside the community and even coming to Legion's, like none of that happens without the Legion's Ladies group. So just so appreciative for that. And listen, I know you're always going to get you know, the trolls and the people that are saying, oh, well, why are you not letting this person in or that person in or whatever, you know, screw that noise, because, you know, it got my wife into this community. And I know there's several other ladies that have felt comfortable enough to be part of this community because of that. And so for those reasons, like, yeah, it's an amazing group. And I couldn't be more happy that you guys have created that. So kudos to Lauren and the whole team.
Yeah.
We're
And-
super excited for that. That's for sure.
Yeah.
At Legion's Con too, it's just overwhelming the amount of creativity in that room. Just walking around looking, I don't think I saw all the tables. Like everybody says, you know,
It's hard to see everything. Yeah.
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 But the creativity is, it's energizing. Like you come home and go, "Ooh, I want to make this. I want to do this. I want to start painting. I want it. It's fun."
Yeah.
It is. And I've said several times, just amazing little works of art.
Mm-hmm.
Just walking around and seeing, you know, amazing little works of art. I mean, and to see all the different artists, all the differences that there are, it's just amazing. I love Legion's Con. It just brings a bunch of artists together. And, you know, because Eric started it and, you know, continues to create amazing little pieces of art, other people can take that and run with it and just, again, continue with the art. And it's flabbergasting to me to see what some people can come up with.
Well, and like another thing, you know, with the whole intern thing, which, you know, that I know she told me right after, was like just how welcoming everybody is. Like it is, you know, 2 days before their biggest con of the year. It's a day before G-Con. They're trying to build this Ziri statue. They got all this stuff going on, but at no point do they ever act like they're too busy for you or stressed out. Like none of that stuff shows. Like they welcome you into their house and are just so giving. Yeah, it's really awesome.
It is.
And I look forward to meeting Cornboy. He's the only one of the studio that I didn't meet, I think. So.
And continue to pray for him as he goes through all of the medical stuff that he's dealing with. We are praying that they get him fixed and he heals and he is back to 100% really, really fast.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Did we ask what their favorite vacation was? Other than Legion's Con, you cannot say Legion's Con.
You did.
What?
Well, you did for when we were kids vacation.
Now, what is your favorite vacation now? Like, where have you guys been since you've been married that is your favorite place that is not Legion's Con?
Yeah.
California would be it. Like we went, and it's kind of a cop out because we went to go visit the kids. But yeah, that was fun.
And I got to go back this past summer by myself. And I had not seen Sean, our daughter, in 6 or 7 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we were both nervous about that. But yeah, she's amazing and wonderful. And it was so good to spend time with her and Jacob.
That's awesome. I'm glad that you got to experience. I mean, what a beautiful part of the country, but you know, how amazing is it to go and actually see family? I think it's one of my favorite things about traveling is just being with family.
Yeah, it's hard to be apart.
Yeah.
Let's see. What was your first car?
Me?
Yeah.
65 Mustang. It was not in good shape though. I got it cheap and my brother was going to work on it for me and it didn't happen, but I did. After that, I got a little Fiero, a little red Fiero. That was my favorite. That lasted me for years.
Oh, that's awesome.
I had a little white stick shift car called an El Fuego that never ran. My biological father bought it for me as a way to try to make up for, not being there all the years, and had it towed to my house and said, oh, it just needs a little work done. And we never could get it running. And we ended up having to sell it. So, and had to tow it away. So never got to drive it, but yeah, El Fuego.
So what
At
was
least you got to
car
get towed.
Yeah. So what was the first car that you got to drive?
I had bought Chevy Cavalier off my mom. So yeah. After that one didn't run, I bought the Cavalier.
Okay.
Which I oddly enough set on fire, which is what El Fuego means. So my first one was named after fire. My second one I set on fire. So there you go.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I had a friend wire up an amplifier and a subwoofer system, and they didn't do it right, and yeah, it caught the car on fire. So there you go. Take it to professional, kids.
All right. So we did your first one. What has been your favorite car that you have owned?
Same thing for you, right?
Yeah, I haven't had one. I mean, we have one vehicle now. Well, Alexis, our daughter, has her own car, so we have two cars available, but probably the Fiero, I think, would be my favorite.
I had a Mercury Cougar that I liked quite a bit, but yeah, I've never really had like an amazing car. So,
all right.
What was your high school mascot?
Cougar.
There's probably a follow-up question you need to ask about that.
I
or
was
some
the
details.
Cougar.
She was the mascot.
I was the mascot in high
Fun.
school. And he finds that funny because it was a cougar and I am older than him. So he finds that hilarious.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah,
That is
hilarious.
awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, fun. And you got to get out there and get the people all riled up and do the dances with the cheerleaders.
And I could do it because I had a mask on, so nobody could see my face. So it's easy to do. But my girlfriends were all, the cute little gals. They were all the cheerleaders, and I'm like, well, I guess I could be the mascot.
That's awesome.
I got to go and hang out with my friends, and yeah. So
that's amazing.
Okay, we're done with that story.
Yeah. Mine was a wildcat. So yeah.
Did you guys go to college? And if so, what college did you go to?
I did not.
I did University of Missouri, St. Louis.
Gotcha.
So.
Are you left-handed or right-handed?
Right.
That's the right answer.
And
thank you.
We talked a little bit about video games, World of Warcraft. Do you play any other video games?
I don't know. That's the only one I play. I mean, phone games, little word games or solitaire, but no, I don't do any other.
I was playing Baldur's Gate for a little while, but I kind of will play a game for a little bit and then stop and then play another game and kind of bounce around. So,
yeah. I do think that we have one of those Oculus. That's pretty cool. The 3D. Mm-hmm. I don't really play much on it, but just sit there and look at like some of the videos you can see where you go like traveling and it'll be 360 degrees.
What was your favorite virtual vacation?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I would like if I was out or something, I would come home or I'd be, whatever, I'd be upstairs working, I'd come down and she'd have the Oculus on and she'd be like, oh, I'm like mountain climbing. I'm in Australia or whatever. Yeah. She's just looking around the room like this. Yeah.
Yeah, the technology is pretty amazing, though.
It really is. That's awesome. That's fantastic.
Let's see. Did either of you play any sports growing up?
No, I roller skated a lot.
I was into bowling. I did quite a bit of bowling on a junior level, but that was really about it. I didn't play football for high school or anything, but I played football just like pickup games and stuff like that. So
Awesome. Do you follow sports now? Like, do you have favorite teams, whatever, whether it be college or pro?
they asked you first.
Gotta go with the Raiders.
That's the right answer.
Well, when I was growing up in the Bay Area, we had the Raiders in Oakland and 49ers in San Francisco. So I was really hoping the other day that the Niners would.
I know.
Oh, well.
People that were hoping for the same thing.
But I can't say that out loud because everybody here is for the other team. Because we're only 4 hours away from Kansas City. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine Kansas City's big right there.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see. Toilet paper, over or under?
As long as it's there. We've been having plumbing problems, so I'm just happy if there's toilet paper there that we can use.
Yeah, it's bidet first, and then it doesn't matter as long as it's there. So,
All right. Pop or soda?
Neither.
No, do you?
Which is sad because he works for Coca-Cola and I don't drink soda at all.
Yeah, I mean, we don't say either word because we don't drink that. So,
Mhm.
Gotcha.
if you were to refer to it, what would you call it?
Soda, probably.
Probably same here, but we never have it in our house. So,
Gotcha. Okay.
Let's see. What is your favorite thing to do, not Four Horsemen related?
Hang out with Curtis. Crafty stuff for me, probably. What about you?
probably just talking to my friends, just either messaging back and forth with Jesse or Lynn or Emil or something like that, like just hanging around talking. So yeah.
And how big are you hoping the dragon from Four Horsemen will be?
Smaller than everybody else says they want it to be, I think, for me.
I would like it to fit on top of my DTOF. So as long as it's not wide enough that it would fall off the front end, I would be okay with whatever size, as long as it'll fit on top of my DTOFs. So
That's a good question.
mhm.
Yeah. I've already told Kevin it doesn't matter what size it is. I'm hanging it from the ceiling.
I mean, if it's too big, I'll just make one of the kids move out. It's not big, so.
Yeah, never.
Yeah.
One just walks by with her mouth open.
Yeah. She shouldn't be shocked by that, though.
No.
Oh, that's hilarious. All right. Last question. Last thing. Can you tell us one thing that you haven't told anybody else?
That's a hard one. I don't know. I have nothing. I'm blanking.
I've got one for
Okay.
me. You take time and think of yours. So Jesse and I have started working on these shooting the sculpts with Walter DeMarco. We just did the caribou and the tapir. We have started our designs for our second round of shooting the sculpts. And I hope Jesse doesn't get mad at me for this, but I got to tell you something I haven't told anybody. Jesse has drawn up, mocked up a female and a male vampire head that we are going to present to Walter to have him sculpt for us. So with the idea that, one of them could go on the vampire phalanx and one could go on Thrace. We just thought those would be two really good bodies that are out there right now for some cool new vampire heads. So there you go. That's something we haven't told anybody, and hopefully Jesse doesn't yell at me in chat now. So
I can't wait to see the new ones. And Darla, yours needs to be like a new pink or a new color of a, something you haven't done before. Maybe you're going to put a hood on a.
You have one for me?
Well, maybe that.
I don't know. There's going to be capes at Muskecon.
Oh, wow. You guys are going.
Oh.
No, he's going.
I'm going, but I will be bringing some of her capes to Muskecon.
Yes, so I'm going to get busy tomorrow and make another batch, I suppose.
That's great.
Oh, that's awesome.
People in Muskecon are going to be just so excited to know that he's bringing some capes.
And
So
we'll have dwarf-sized ones.
Oh, good. Oh, good. So where are you guys going to do, other than Legions Con this year, because I'm guessing that you've already got your reservations and you guys are already going. Are you guys together doing any shows? Or Curtis, other than Muskecon, are you doing any other shows? Or
no, I kind of budget for 2 shows a year. Where we're at in the Midwest, there's just not a lot out in this area.
Right.
It would be nice if we were on the East Coast and we could hit up a few shows, but it's just too much of a drive. So we budget for 2 a year. Muskecon, I'll be going and meeting up with, Jesse and Dooch, some of the guys from Offworld. And then for Legions Con, it'll be me, Darla, and Jacob again. So those are the only 2 that we have planned currently.
Cool. Awesome. Is there a possibility that Darla may make enough capes to sell any online?
We have talked about it. Right now, the priority is those 2 shows that we've talked about.
Yeah.
If she could produce enough that we had more than what we could sell at those 2 shows, we have kind of discussed some options with Len about selling them on the Wolf King Customs website as kind of an add-on piece. So when you're out there buying your figures or buying your 3D parts or whatever, that you could add a cape on. But it's one of these things where, like, we're not making money off of these things. Like, after you consider like time and materials and stuff, like we may be making back what we're spending on it. It's really more because like she enjoys doing it and people love them, and so we want to provide that for the community. But it's a matter of how much we can realistically get done with her by herself.
Absolutely.
So
yeah,
I'll speed it up. But it's more just a support for the community. I think that we get so much from everybody and everything. It's just a way that we can put something out there. So, well, and speaking of support, I do have my Wolf King shirt.
Yay!
Well, gang, I have purple on. They don't match, but support.
And pretty soon a Legion's Lady shirt.
Yes, I can't wait.
Walter said we're getting them, so there you go.
Yeah, cool.
Curtis and Darla, we love that you came on. Darla, thank you so much for agreeing to come on to Legion's Ladies. I hope that you felt like this was just a conversation and not, anything to be nervous or scared about, and prayerfully that you will come back and join us again. Maybe this time with a whole bunch of ladies and just leave Curtis out of it. But we loved having you guys on. What a great story. What a great couple that you are, and what a blessing for the community and the things that you guys do. So I'm going to put you guys down in the green room. Amber and I are going to close it up, and then we will see you guys in just a few minutes if you can hang around. Okay.
Thank you for having us.
Yep.
Bye, guys.
Bye. All right. Okay, Amber, a couple of things that we need to talk about again. Thank you to our new sponsor. Just found out about them today, and you're super excited. They are going to give us some cool things to give away on the next show. And then we have a lot of amazing shows upcoming. I hope you can catch one all. I feel like we watch Mythic Legion stuff all the time. Amber, you guys end up on YouTube or Facebook watching a show every single day. A couple of new ones that I added down there. Bark at the Moon. I know that I said earlier that Kevin and I watched that and got something that Lynn had put up there. I know he does them in the afternoon. I don't know what date, so it's more down at the bottom. Dio Days with Duarte Studios. Wow, how amazing that is. I'm super excited to watch that every other week when Legion's Lair isn't on there. And then Saturdays at noon, Immortal Collections is doing actually creating 3D sculpts, and you can watch them do it. I mean, how wonderful is that? I just think that's really cool.
Tomorrow at 1 p.m. is Lynn.
Okay, awesome. All right, Lynn, tomorrow at 1 p.m. I will make a note of that and get that put up there. And of course, Customizing Studio on Sunday, Shooting the Shelf on Sunday, Legion's Chat tomorrow night. Saturday Day Live they said it's going to be special one on Saturday. Super excited for that. And then the Purple Gang Saturday night. Then lots and lots and lots of stuff every day of the week. I can't think of anything else. Amber, can you think of anything?
I cannot.
All right. Well, thank you all for joining us. It was a great, great time. We had a lot of fun talking to Darla and Curtis. And just a reminder, I think we notated it that simple tricks
and I always forget.
Nonsense.
Simple Tricks and Nonsense.
Simple Tricks and Nonsense with John and Rebecca. We are going to have on in 2 weeks. So please join us. Cannot wait to talk to them. How amazing it is. And I just cannot wait to talk to them. So join us for that. And again, thank you all for joining us, and we will see you on the next one.